The French Romantics wrote about them. They became a status symbol across European gardens, and their blooms are as captivating as they are fleeting. Let's welcome Mike Brewer, Plant Collections Manager for Magnolia Plantation and Gardens. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing such a beautiful selection. Sounds like you have an amazing job there at Magnolia Plantation.
I do. It's really an amazing place. They have a great historic collection of camellias, azaleas. They also have several species of magnolias and many other trees and shrubs.
And I want to learn more about what you do there, but let's talk about this famed flower, the camellia. They really do come in all shapes and sizes. I don't think I realized how many different varieties there were.
Yeah, there are a ton of different varieties, and there's a ton of different sizes and shapes, and there's a whole science to the whole thing.
Why are they so celebrated? Why are we talking about them today?
Well, mostly I think because they're winter bloomers, which, you know, you go to the east or you go somewhere else and everything is brown.
Of course,
and nothing is blooming. Here in the Low Country, we have the great, opportunity to have these camellias in our yard blooming in the winter.
And burgeoning with such color and depth.
Yes.
And I want to point out this particular one, this is actually cultivated at Magnolia. So this is a Magnolia Camellia.
Yes, that's correct. So Magnolia has about 150, a few more than that maybe, that were cultivated at Magnolia. This one here is Professor Charles Sargent, named after a botanist. This is Debutante. It actually was named after Sarah C. Hasty from Magnolia Plantation. And both of these are cultivars from Magnolia.
Yeah, they're so pretty. Where did they originate from? Where did they come from?
Camellias came from Japan and China. And in the 1800s, they were brought over by André Michaud from France. And a lot of the people in the Low Country realized that they did really well outside, so they started to plant them outside, and Magnolia was one of the first places to do that.
But they are a very coveted flower.
They are. They were very coveted in the beginning because they really started into the United States on the East Coast, and they were grown in glass houses or greenhouses. And it wasn't until probably the mid-1800s that they started to show up in areas like South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. And, they started cultivating them and coming up with their own cultivars.
But their blooms are fleeting, aren't they? They don't last very long.
Yeah, so they don't make a great cut flower. So when you cut them, some might last a couple days, some may only last a day. So they don't really make a great flower for a flower arrangement, although a lot of people have done like camellia waxing. And they'll wax a camellia, which was done, historically it was done, and it will save the camellia.
And they grow in different ways too. I've seen where they've covered walls as kind of a climbing flower, but it also big bushes, and they can get to be quite big.
Yeah, that actually helps us with identification, knowing, does it grow as a bushy shrub? Does it grow more like a Christmas tree shape? Or a tree shape? And also the leaf, if it's wide, if it's thin, if it's serrated, if it's not. It's all ways that we help identify a camellia and find out what cultivar it is.
People from all over the country who move here, they fall in love with Magnolia Plantation. Many of them want to become volunteers as well. Is there any opportunity for volunteers to come and help out?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to do what I do without volunteers.
Is that right? Yeah.
I have about 10 or 12 volunteers that they help us just clean out the vines and the seedlings and the things that don't belong there. And make sure that the camellias and the azaleas are front and center for the guests.
It's so cathartic. Just like
It
a
is.
therapy to go and just be amongst all the flowers and plants. Sounds wonderful. All right, so you do have a 74th Annual Camellia Flower Show that is coming up. It's the Coastal Carolina Camellia Society, so there's a society dedicated to the camellia here too. Okay, so the event is happening when and where?
So January 24th, it's going to be at Magnolia Plantation.
All right.
From 7 to 9:30, the public can actually come and enter blooms if they wish. And then it's judged at 10:30, and then it'll probably be open to the public for viewing from like 12 to 3 or 1 to 3, depending on how long it takes the judges.
Gosh, to bring a bloom from home, you're really capturing lightning in a bottle, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you know, it's
gotta have that perfect bloom at the right time.
And that's what it is. You know, they're looking for that perfect bloom.
It's amazing.
And there'll be a lot of people there showing, and you'll get to see, you know, a beautiful array of colors and sizes. And
that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing this with us. This really brightened our day.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much.
We'll be back after this.